Example 6, we're going to solve a matrix equation. So we're going to solve for x in the equation 3x plus a equals b, given the following matrices A and B. So what we're going to do first of all is we want to go ahead and solve for x in this equation here. So let's write that. 3x plus a equals b. So solving for x, subtract a. We get 3x equals b minus a, then divided by 3. So let's say we're trying to solve for x equals 1/3 of b minus a. So let's go ahead and write that. We have 1/3, and we have b, which is -3, 4, 2, and 1. And then we're supposed to subtract a. So let's go ahead and distribute that negative into a right away. So that is -1, +2, 0, and -3. Then what we could do in this case is let's go ahead and add what's inside the parentheses. So let's do that. Let's simplify it a little bit. So -3, -1 is -4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 plus 0 is 2. And 1 minus 3 is -2. And now we can go ahead and distribute that 1/3. So this is -4/3, 2, 2/3, and -2/3. So try this example. Solve for x in the equation 2x minus a equals b, given a and b. So finding this, you would find the answer to be 5, 0, -1, and 4. So example 7, finding the product of two matrices. So we're going to find the product of A, B. We're given A and B. So how this goes is row by multiplying the row by the column, okay? And then so the number of columns has to equal the number of rows. So we're going to try this out. We're going to multiply each row of A by each column of B. So let's try this. So each row of A, and then we're going to start with each column of B. So we're going to go this way. So let's set it up. So we have -1 and then times -3 plus 3 times -4. Okay, so just to slow down a little bit, -1 times -3, then 3 by -4. Then we'll do the next column or the next row. So I'm going to do this row here, and then I'm going to do the columns again. So this is 4 times the -3 plus the -2, this one, times the -4. So notice that this part is the same here, -1, 4, and then you can guess this is 5, this is 3, -2, and this will be 0. And then here, the numbers inside will be the columns here. So those should match to kind of help you out on whether or not you are doing it correctly. I always do that double check before I start to multiply and add things together. Okay, let's do this third row. So this is 5, and then times -3 plus 0 times -4. Okay, so we dealt with those rows and we started with this column. So I just started with that. And then now we're going to work with the second column here. Okay, so maybe I'll color code that a little bit differently just so we can see what we're working with here. So this will be our green, and that's what we're working with right now. So again, we're going to start with this row. So let's go with -1 times 2 this time, plus 3 times 1, and then do the next row. 4 times 2 plus -2 times 1, and then the last one is 5. Oops, let me change the color. 5 times 2 plus 0 times 1. So it's gets really difficult, right? Because you're looking at different things and it kind of, you can mix numbers up very easily. So it's always good to do a double check. Negative 1, 3. That will be everything in the first row. Notice that. So that first row will be always the first row. This second row will always, everything will be on that second row. Third row, the same. Here, the columns are the same. So negative 3, negative 4. I'm sorry, negative 3, then negative 4, and then all 2s and all 1s. So hopefully that helps to organize and then for you to be able to double check your work when you're doing these. So now you multiply and then you add. So this is negative 3 times negative 1 times negative 3 is a positive 3 minus 12, and then this is negative 2 plus 3. We have negative 12 plus 8, and this is 8 minus 2. This is negative 15 minus 4, and 10 plus 0. Ooh, this should be 0 as well. Sorry about that. Okay, so now let's add them. So 3 minus 12 is negative 9. Negative 2 plus 3 is a 1. Negative 12 plus 8 is a negative 4. 8 minus 2 is 6. This is negative 15 and 10. So that is how you multiply two matrices. So a little bit more difficult than adding or subtracting or multiplying by a scalar. So try out number 7 here. Again, multiply each row by each column. All right, trying this out. Hopefully you set it up correctly with the numbers here. Again, double checking. So this number, the numbers here, negative 1, 4, should be all the way at the top. And then the 2 and 0 should be in the second row. 1, 2 should be here. And then so notice how the numbers line up, right? So the 1s here, the 0s here, negative 2s here, and 7s here, and so forth. Your final answer is 3, 30, 2, negative 4, 1, and 12.